yeah, Tom, what do you got teed up here?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's continue on.
Jan, thanks for this is so great to have you here.
Oh,
My
yeah.
pleasure.
Oh, I love it.
Blast from the past, definitely.
This is called Blast from the Past, and Mrs. Purdy has sent us some pictures,
Oh, yeah.
and some of them are interactive, but let's just start these and take a look. What
Oh, wow.
Isn't
are we
that
looking at here?
Yeah. Okay, that's Mr. Russell. And yeah,
Hmm.
obviously he's holding Donnie. And that was probably the first time that I had ever brought Donnie up into the dining room because they all wanted to. Donnie was born on May 3rd. This was probably around June, I don't know, maybe the opening weekend at camp. I don't know. And he just said, I want to see that baby. And every time I would bring them up when they were little, either Dot wouldn't hold them because she was always covered with flour. But she wanted to make sure, and he wanted to make sure you bring those babies in here. I want to see them. I want to see them. But that man, what a man! He's just wonderful. I loved him.
Great picture.
Yeah,
It's such a great picture. And this one doesn't embarrass Don enough, but let's find some that do.
That's great.
Yeah. Now, if okay, guy on the left is Paul Helgeson, and the guy on the right is Paul McKechnie.
Ah.
And the kid driving the odd job truck was Donnie Purdy. And so they would, wherever I went, kids were so nice to him. They would pick him up and they would take him and put him in, they'd carry him around or something. And in the picture to the right, which was a few minutes later,
I'm not being currently held by anyone.
throwing them back and forth.
Mid-flight, yeah.
on the pavement. And I was going, okay, whatever, because I didn't really want to scream at the top of my lungs, but they did. They just kept throwing them back and forth, to whatever. And that's Bob Midwood.
Who's Wait, where? Where's Bob Midwood?
He's the one standing. Yes.
Oh, that's. Oh, wow. Okay.
He's the teepee manager at the time.
Yeah. Again, I don't mean to keep plugging it, but in the next book, there's a chapter about the teepee and people that ran it, and we found him, and he was part of it. And wow. And it was
He did the teepee for a long time before he got married. Then he came with his wife, and she did the teepee with him. And I think that might have been the teepee truck. Do you know, Don?
I think it was.
Huh?
I think it was.
He thinks it was the teepee truck.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So look at how skinny those tires were.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Just anyway.
In this next picture, I envision Don saying to Tracy, "Check out my muscles."
Actually, Doug Schoen.
That's Doug?
No, that's Doug. And he's probably saying, Tracy, would you please give me some of your popcorn?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Doug. Okay.
Yeah. And
because he's smaller than she is.
Yeah,
I got it now. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's a year younger. But also, what Carolyn and I did was we always put them in the brightest colored bathing suits that we could find. Because
Smart.
Number one, you could spot them on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it was easier to spot them in the water, or easy to say if you couldn't find them. Well, they're in,
they're wearing red,
orange. The other one she had was orange, but and she's wearing a two-piece, which would get her in trouble right now.
Right.
That's funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Okay, this picture was Christmas in August, and I wanted this picture in on purpose because just before this, Jimmy Hammond had some kind of a motorized scooter of some kind, and he had taken Don had taken Donnie and put him in front of him, and Donnie's foot went and it got caught in like the motor or something, and it just took off the back of his heel. It was a terrible injury, bad injury. But anyway, the girl whose shoulders he's on is Kathy Beers. And I think she is the mom of the Tapawingo girl who's, I can't remember her first name.
Jan?
Yeah, Jan, yes. I think Kathy is her mom or her aunt at the very least. But you had to go, we had to take you to the emergency room for that. And the doctor down there in the ER said, "Are you at Camp of the Woods?" And we said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, your camp nurse, I used to work with her in Nyack." And he said, is she there? And we said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, you have to bring him every day to have a dressing changed on that. But I trust her. I know she'll do a good job, whatever." But the only one that you wanted to take was Kathy. And she would come every morning and she would take you. But you also she also took you to Bible club. For some reason, that formed a bond with you. I think she had been working in childcare on a Sunday, and you just loved her.
Yeah, I look happy. I'm not worried about being dropped or, the weird man in the red suit in August.
Yeah.
Jan, were you, so these last few pictures, like, they seem about the same time frame. Were you still on staff during?
Well, I was on staff. Let's see, what year were you born?
67.
Okay, I was on staff 64 through 67.
Okay.
You would have been there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because he was old. This was later than 67.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then were you continuing to come up?
Oh, yeah. And then I worked on staff when my girls were 12, 13, and 14, both in Woodlands hostessing and in Annie's attic.
Yes, Annie and Aunt Annie.
Yeah.
Something happened in there. Yeah. And you said in your message that you were working there in 87 when Jerry Curiali was.
Yes. Well? I remember the day like it was yesterday because I was standing in the Woodlands dining room when the news came and the family was out in the parking lot. That was horrible.
Yeah. Wow. Horrible.
Mrs. Purdy, who gave you the news of Don's injury and how did you react to them?
Which one?
His father did it, and his father took the heat.
Okay. Jan, you'll have to go back and watch this and see why I asked that question.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh, that was Donnie, and that's Tracy. That's in her. No, she's still in a red two-piece. But the reason I put this in was that they had Camp of the Woods to themselves at the beginning of the summer. There was nobody there. They just would go down and play, and I mean, talk about the life.
Kind of like Disney World with no one there, Tom. Like
really?
Yes. Yeah. So I saw this picture and I was tempted to actually get a picture of myself at this age because it's amazing how much we look alike, Don. It's almost, and then I remembered your dad telling me I was walking through camp one day and he thought it was you. So I mean, I think it's the Norwegian part of me that I think I had white hair like that as well at that age. It's kind of funny.
I remember seeing you from the back and thinking that sometimes it was Donnie.
Oh.
But when he was in college, I kept thinking it can't be. It's Tom.
Oh yeah, because I was working there. That fall. Yep. That's interesting. Okay, so you did that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. This one, now there's a lot of the two of them together, but there is a story on this. Tracy got that dress and she loved it. And she went to Bible club. I think Donnie, he doesn't have a thing like, but they went to Sunday morning and they went to Bible club or children's church, whatever it was. And they let her go with him because she wouldn't go otherwise. You know, she did not like, she didn't like strangers, or she liked very few people. She was very shy.
Very shy.
So they let her go with you. And I would go down and pick them up after church and to bring them home. And I went down and they said, "Oh no, she's not here." Well, it became a regular search thing. Everybody was lifeguards were searching. It was so frightening. Don told me, he said, "When you go home, in case she comes home, and be there." And I was frantic by this time because I didn't know if strangers coming in on Sunday, you know everybody, you think it's so safe and everything else. And I was at home. Did you bring her home? Yeah. He brought her home. They found her up in the trailer park. She loved her dress so much that she wanted everybody to see it.
I love that. Okay.
She was going everywhere to show everybody that dress. And it was probably 2 or 3 months before I ever wanted to talk to her.
That's so good.
It was so scary. Here's Jen, your dad. That's Norm Thompson.
Oh, Norm Thompson. Wow. Haven't seen him in years.
Yep.
Wow.
He had, I think it was, I don't know if it was his 40th or his 50th, probably his, I don't know, one of those birthdays. And there were so many friends of his up there on staff and around the lake. So they asked if we could have a birthday party for him in our house. And we did. And this was just a picture of Jen and her dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was always like the person that you'd picture being on the cover of Men's Health magazine.
Yes.
Tennis. Well, Joe was there too. Yeah. I mean, they probably played against each other. It's probably what, kept them both.
They did.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. Yeah.
He was such a nice person. Always was, always very chill.
And you know that Marilyn dated my brother.
No way.
Oh, I didn't know that. Rick?
Yeah.
I can see that though. Yeah.
Well, she lived in West Hartford too.
I did.
Our home.
Okay.
They dated there, not camp. How about that?
Hey.
All right.
Maybe. Cool. No, I didn't.
But my brother was a little wild, so
I was on staff with Rick. Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot to digest here for some folks.
Uncle Gordon walked him out the door.
Yeah. Like LMN type stuff. Yeah.
So good. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Okay. That's Ken Reed, Bob Lang, and Dickie Tague.
Yeah.
And they were just 3 great men, just great men. And I'm trying to think, I must have sent you the wrong picture, Tom, because did I send you a picture that had Roald Rasmussen in it?
Yeah, that's coming up.
Oh, okay. No, so yeah, but these 3, they worked together so great. They were wonderful. Wonderful.
Doug Deach.
We're gonna do a mini story time with Tom here because we haven't done that yet in this episode. But
Jen, did you know you signed up for this?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you for.
Okay, but this is story time with JoAnn.
Yeah.
So
are you able to read this for us? This is out of Don's book. It's a quote from you about Bob Lang.
Okay, yeah. It says, Bob was so grateful for everything. He rented an apartment from Clyde Elliott and Speculator behind the Village Motel. Because Bob was partially blind and could not drive, he walked back and forth to camp every day, including during one historically cold winter when temperatures sometimes reached below 0. That was in the 70s, and he walked it every morning and went back home every night. And he was partially blind.
Wow.
He was blind in one eye. Yeah. Yeah.
He was very quiet though. Like I just remember him pointing
with his hands.
He talked a lot with his hands, pointed a lot more than he talked. He was a minimalist vocally,
Yes.
and
yep.
But I mean, in Don's book, just describing some of his life, what a life!
Yeah,
it's so amazing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Here's the picture you're talking about.
Oh, great shot.
And this one's funny because that's rolled. I think that's rolled.
Yeah, I think so.
With Ken. And in our back room, we had a bulletin board. And if I got any good pictures, or people would give them to me or something, and I would put them up on this bulletin board. And I went in this one day, and here's this picture on the bulletin board. And I asked Ken, I said, Kenny, I love it. Did you put that up there? He goes, nope. So I can't figure out, I don't know who put the picture up there, but I still have it somewhere to this day.
Oh, great.
Amazing.
Isn't that a great picture?
I have a suspect. I'm pretty sure the man in the picture put it up there. Why wouldn't he? That's a great picture. Yeah.
That could be. I don't know, but I loved it.
Yeah. We have yet another story time with Tom. With Don.
All right.
And we covered this a little bit, but I think, again, out of your book, it describes it really well about your role, Mrs. Purdy. Do you want to read that, Don?
Sure. In the late 1970s, Grandma Purdy, yep, I think you know her, Jan's aunt, stepped away from her position at dining hall meal planner to spend more time with Grandpa, Uncle Gordon at Woodlands to host the guest speaker, entertainers, and longtime friends of camp. This is when Mom took over Grandma's position at the dining hall. In addition to constructing each week's menu, Mom officially served as a liaison between Dot, Ken, and the counter girls. So,
I love when you go on to talk about putting chocolate on the menu 6 days in a week.
Well, one day too, I don't know how I did it, but I almost had one of the John cleaners quit. They had, I don't know how I did it, but once a week, twice a week, they served stewed prunes.
Oh yeah,
for breakfast. And then
I remember it well because I loved the stewed prunes.
And
you really did, or was that sarcastic?
I really did.
Okay.
And like I put them in, but I didn't like just go Wednesday, Thursday. Sometimes I'd go, okay, whoops, I don't have them. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I put stewed prunes in because those were pancake days. And my mother-in-law said, stewed prunes were pancakes. So I did, okay. So, but there was one day when we had like stewed prunes, and then a dessert was prune whip. And then something happened, whatever it was the next day, and then something else with prunes. The John cleaner came to my office and just said, "Are you trying to kill me?" Seriously, what are you talking about? And Dot never caught it either, but that's because she had nothing to do with that. Like, she wasn't baking it or anything. He just stuck his head. "Are you trying to kill me?"
So good.
Well, I ate so many stewed prunes that I have to leave the counter quickly.
It's a curse. That's funny.
There's Dot with her canoe paddle.
Yeah.
I don't know where she got that. I'm hoping that it was a brand new one, but she had that canoe paddle for years. And she would stir gravy with it. She would stir hot cereal with it.
Sally Lunn.
Yeah, well, that one in the big mixer.
Yeah.
But it was just, she kept, and usually it was like right on that wall behind her.
So there's always like a little crossover continuity between meals and the flavor.
Probably.
What year
might have had two. I think she had a shorter one too.
What year would you put this picture?
Mm-hmm.
What year would you say this is?
I took it, and I'm looking at how she looks to me. So I would say that this was probably in the mid 80s. I also know that Mr. Russell was not there because that was something that he would have done when he was there. So she had taken over. And yeah. I loved her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Ah, that's a good picture.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. This was, I think, the first year Joel was there. And it's an interesting story about how the Sonnenbergs got there and how they came. And my sister is the one who actually, Barbara, actually brought the Sonnenbergs to camp. The summer before, Joel and the Sonnenberg family had been in the terrible car accident, and Joel was burned. I don't want to give he was burned almost entirely on his body. And so they had a very rough year, very rough year. And Barbara and John lived, there was one house between them and the Sonnenbergs in Nyack where they lived. And John and Mike both taught at Nyack College. And Barbara was very good friends with Jan and the family. Bobby and Johnny and Lindley were very good friends with Joel and Jamie, their kids, because it was only Jamie at the time, I think. But anyway, Barbara called me in early July, and she said, "JoAnn, you know all about the Sonnenbergs," because we'd heard all about it all during the year and stuff. And I said, "I know." I said, "Barbara, it's so sad. I just can hardly believe it. I can't." I said, "I can't even think about it." And she goes, "Well," I said, "I wish there was something I could do." And she goes, "Oh, there is something you can do." And I said, "Okay, what?" She goes, "They need a week at Camp of the Woods." And I said, "Whoa." I said, "Well, okay." I said, I think, that maybe there'll be something open at the end of all tours. And she goes, "No, they're limited." I believe it was, she goes, "The only time they can come is the third week of July." Well, if you know anything about camp, third week of July is book solid. Absolutely solid. Absolutely. Even the next week. And I said, "Barbara, there's no way." I said, I wouldn't even dare ask Don. I said, "There's no way. There is no, I know it's book solid." And she said, "Well, I've told you." She goes, "Now it's up to you." And I'm thinking, okay, but I know there's nothing that can be done about this. So I went to Don. I said, "Don, Barbara just called and this is what she told me." And he goes, "JoAnn, there's nothing." He goes, "It's the third week of July. There is not any place available." And I said, "I know." That's what I told her. And I said, "Well, I'll call her back and I'll tell her." And he goes, "Okay." So I haven't called her yet. He came, and I don't remember where he was. He came and he just said, "JoAnn, you're not going to believe this. A room opened up on the beach."
Wow.
And he said, "I put them in it." And every year that we were there, Don made sure that they had that week in camp. And it was on camp. I mean, every week. And that was a commitment that he made to them. What was so funny about this particular picture is that he would take Joel around camp in his Jeep. And in his Jeep, he had a thing where it would make different sounds, different horns and different stuff like. And Don would be driving, and Joel would get down, and he'd just keep pushing those horns. Everybody thought it was Don going through camp.
Joel,
sit up.
Stress.
Joel, sit up.
Got this little person down there. Yeah. Jan, were you ever at camp at the same time that they were?
I was never there. It never happened.
Oh, I thought you were, Jan.
I was.
I thought you would. I thought you would have been or were, just because I keep putting you there.
I don't ever remember seeing him though. But maybe
it was something
you wouldn't forget. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, Don's grandpa told me, I just said, "Dad, there is the staff has to be prepared for this because they're not. And I said, they've had such a rough year with people being so absolutely cruel and vile to them. And I said, that can't happen here. And he said, okay. So at a Sunday night staff meeting, the week before, not the week that they were coming, but before that, he let me tell them the story of Joel and whatever. The staff treated Joel and the whole family with absolute love and devotion and care. And to this day, I think there's so many people who love the family, and they're just an amazing family.
Yeah, that'll be a special place in heaven for Joel.
Yeah.
Enduring something no one can fathom. Yeah, I just
Yeah, he's cool to this day.
Yeah.
So
hey.
Midge.
Oh, Midge Pittman.
Yeah.
She is.
And your father-in-law.
Yep.
Yeah.
Midge Pittman is someone who changed my life. She's someone I admire.
Tell me more.
I just admire her. I can't put it into words. I admire, I love her. I cherish her. And she's the most humble, capable, unassuming, bold, fierce Christian lady I know. And I am so honored that I can call her friend. I just love her. She's amazing. She is. When we went to school time, she was so proud because just the week before that we'd been there, the Bikers for Jesus had been there, and they gave her a Bikers for Jesus jacket. And I said, "You didn't
That's good.
And ride around." She goes, "Yeah, I did. I did."
So Tom, she would have been on Tapawingo staff when we were on. I think, yeah.
I knew her. Yep.
I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about these people?
Oh, wow.
This was the 100th year. The 100th year. And every Saturday night or Friday night or something in Woodlands, Jim and Carol would come down and they would have a special ceremony in Woodlands celebrating the 100th year. And that's what this was.
That's a great picture.
Isn't that a great picture? I love it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Jan, did you know Jim and?
Oh yeah.
Well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim was, I think, when I started on staff, he was 14 years old. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he had that white hair for so long. Yeah. You know? I used to think, better you than me, Jim. So great. Well, Carol babysat for you, Donnie. And Jim taught you bad stuff.
Not surprising.
Jim had changed a lot. He was wild. And I always thought, oh, jeepers, he's been with Jim again.
And Carol had her sights on Jim for a long time.
Yeah. They're a perfect couple.
Yeah. She told us a little bit about that.
She did. Yeah.
On this. And that podcast was, just rolled. There was a lot of information but she mentioned that and family connections. So, yeah. Huh.
Love it. All right.
I had to put this in for Ed Shoot.
Hey.
I love that.
Green GNU 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Did he tell that story? Yeah, he told that story with you asked him how.
He has an embroidered beach towel now with green GNU 3 on it.
Way to fall into have an error fall. Yeah, that's in our house in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was up. Yep.
Back door. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Holly and Trey. Yeah. Holly was just the most wonderful.
Okay, so that's in the dining room, right? Looking.
That's the bulletin board.
Would be what's that?
That's the bulletin board, the picture bulletin.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
How old would Tracy have been then?
I think she was 14.
Really?
Yeah.
And how old was she when she was Miss Teen New York?
14.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? It was 14?
Yeah.
Yes.
She might be 15 here, but
she's gorgeous.
She was 14. She was my sweet girl. I love her.
Yep.
To death.
That's on the record.
Yeah.
It is on the record. I really enjoyed, I didn't know Holly, but I loved interviewing her. It was such a great interview.
Yeah. She's just a wonderful person, always was. And you kept saying it. She has natural leadership skills.
Yes.
From the time she just is a natural.
So she was your head of the counter that you remember the most. Yeah.
Yep. I remember the year that she said, "JoAnn, this is my last year." And I thought, oh no. In the kitchen. I mean, I didn't, because she was such a leveler, and the girls loved her and they respected her, and really looked up to her and did what they were supposed to do. She was able to control the dish room boys too, and the kitchen loved her. Everybody did. She was just great. Yeah.
All right, we're going more recent now. What do we have here?
Donna, you have to explain this picture and what you did to your two sons-in-law.
Well, I told them that there was a contest that we could get a chance to meet the Gorton's fisherman man.
That's amazing.
So yeah, no, that was the first time we'd been back to camp in 21 years. That was October of 43, was it? Yeah. So anyway, after things, and we were going to go back to Speculator for like Columbus Day weekend, and Jimmy had volunteered the weekend to do the docks from Tapawingo, and he asked to, I said, sure, we'll go up. I said, they like to play golf one of the days, but the other day we'll do that. And so that was, so that's Tyler, Anna's husband, and Connor, Claire's husband. Tom, you were at Claire and Connor's wedding. That was their first time ever at camp, and it was raining pretty hard.
Almost snowing.
So they had no frame of reference. They had been, by camp in the boat, but the other couple dozen people that were working there, were talking to them friendly, like camp people always are, and who are you? Where'd you come from? And they were both, well, we know, Anna Purdy, and somehow they made a connection. Like, oh, so you must have been coming here all these years. No, this is our first time. And like, wait, your first time ever coming here is doing manual labor in the rain? And yeah, I guess. But we had a really great time. Jimmy, was cracking jokes, and they felt like they really. And then later in the day is when Mom and Dad and the whole family went back into camp. Mom and Dad, your first time into the auditorium, and there's in the episode that we did with Jimmy and Beth Markell, have a few video clips of it, and Tom did an amazing job of kind of peeling back some layers and asking questions. But yeah, this is when they first came there, and it was a special time. Seeing the picture now is like gratifying to look back on that. So
and that was your first time in there for many years that day?
So I had been there 2 months prior, just me.
Oh, I think you had come the day we were leaving. It was like a Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry maybe that could have been.
Because you were doing something at the wigwam.
Yeah, 4 o'clock forum.
Larson Lodge.
They set up, and that was, yep. And then this was 2 months later, bringing everyone back. I kind of did a scouting field trip in August.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and it was.
I'm surprised they wanted to come back ever after that, though.
Really?
Yeah, Don, come on, you'll have a good time. You're going to love it. They almost froze to death.
It wasn't that cold, really. It was just, but the rain was relentless, but they loved the food. They were power chowing. The breakfast and lunch we had, it was like, yeah.
It's good.
Nope. Yep, that was later in the afternoon. So yeah, I think
that is. We went into the auditorium, and the pulpit was back there, and that very minute is the first time that Don had touched the pulpit since the last Sunday that he was there. And he said that was hard and not hard and overwhelming.
Yeah, so what does this pulpit represent to you? I can imagine what it means to him. What's it mean to you?
It was heavy, I can tell you that, like physically heavy.
Moving it. It's heavy.
It took 3 of us to move it to the front of just to get a couple more pictures. But anyway, didn't want to.
I would say that it was, if you ask me where my favorite place is, it would be looking at the pulpit in the auditorium, right down, standing in front of the pulpit.
Interesting.
Because one of the rules we had, and Don was so great with everything. He with the kids, he was able to keep everything in camp going 100%, but he was also able to be a father 100%. And I think the only rule that I can really remember was keep it calm on Sunday morning, because it's the most important time of the week. And so it was the most important time of the week. And so we never tried to, or the kids didn't know that, but he would let me know, just let me just have quietness on Sunday mornings to be ready for the, Sunday service, because it was, it was the most important hour of the week as far as he was concerned. And, but yeah, that was, when I looked at it, I have to say, when I first saw it, when we went in and I looked at it, and it was under that heavy plastic covering, which was good. I understand why. But it was like, oh, I had 1,000 thoughts going through my mind. And then when I saw him go touch, and it took him time to, just absorb the moment himself. So it was good.
Yeah, the symbolism of taking this dusty cover off of what represents maybe the public aspect of his work at camp.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's a powerful picture.
Yeah, wow. Well, I never.
And it's such a beautiful piece of furniture.
It is.
It's just it's so simple, but it's a beautiful, solid, it's a beautiful piece of powerful furniture. Yeah.
So it could be more to say about that. But Jan, Mom was talking about her favorite place at camp. I think I know where Joe's would be, and that would be the gym. I think we share that.
Yeah.
How about you? Your favorite, we ask these of the people that come on, your favorite at camp.
Favorite location or landmark?
Yeah, landmark. Yeah.
Landmark
location. Yeah.
I think the point.
All right.
Thank you.
There's nothing like just walking out on that point and sitting there and taking it all in. But I love sitting in the auditorium.
Okay. Yeah.
Just everything through the years that it means. So,
yeah.
Of course, then there's the teepee.
That's a good safety net for everyone. Yeah, you're always going to end up there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This next picture, I should have put a different title on this under bragging rights.
Oh yeah. Okay. Those are my grandchildren.
So
they all have children.
I hope you realize you have produced some of the most beautiful people in the world, right?
No kidding.
You've got some beautiful grandkids for sure.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I mean, and the funny thing is I look at all four of them and each one is so uniquely different and so different. And they're so wonderful. The top is Tori and Marissa. That's Scott and Tracy's son and daughter-in-law. I hate the term in-law, but that's what it is. But that's Tori and Marissa, and they have Eva and Addie and Charlotte. To the right is Jordan and James. That's Tracy's daughter and her husband James, and they have two boys, Roman and Landon, who are just the nicest teenage boys. I just love them. The lower left is Tyler and Anna, and they've got Brooksy and my next great-grandchild in September, and I just adore them. And then there's my Clairsy Bear and Connor, and I just love them so much. I love all of them. I do. Can you tell?
And you should.
Yeah, they're fun.
I mean, they are gorgeous.
So unique and great. They're great.
Speaking of Claire and Connor, this
my picture.
love this picture.
Way to bring it home,
Tyler. Get all choked up because I kept thinking, and you did do a very good job on the hug.
It was uncomfortably long, yes. Yeah, and Jan, what you don't know, Jan, on our interviews, we have encouraged people when you see the Purdys, give them a long, uncomfortable hug.
An uncomfortably long hug.
Yes,
and a lot of people have taken up on that.
That makes me so happy. Yeah,
I can't wait.
Tom, I got to tell you too. After your wedding, Claire and Anna were there. Yeah, Marissa were there, and they kept saying, "Who is that lady in the blue dress?" And I said, "That's Tom's wife. That's Lori. She is beautiful and so nice." And I mean, it was like they couldn't believe she was your wife.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, what is she doing with you? Yes, I don't. She has brain damage or something. So,
no, it's perfect.
I love that picture. I'm so glad the photographer snapped that. I had no idea they were taking that picture. But
me too.
That
was right after I had walked Brooksy down the aisle. I think I was trying to find, or maybe I was doing, but anyway, walking him down the aisle was
you did great.
Of my life. It was also the challenge of my life.
Yeah.
Because just as we were coming out the door to start down the aisle, he sat down. I don't want to. I said, "Brooks, you have to." And he goes, "I don't want to." And I said, "Here's one lollipop. Here's two." I said, "If you get up, here's one." So we stood right up that one. We got halfway down. I said, "Now you have to give Uncle Uncle Connor," but he called him Kaka at the time. You have to give Uncle Kaka the pillow. And he goes, "I don't want to." Give him the pillow, and here's the lollipop. And I'm talking with a big smile on my face. Give him the pillow, and here's the lollipop. and he did. He handed it over. Took the lollipop and sat down. He was a professional. He was great.
Yeah, love it. That was such a fun wedding, Don.
It was really great, especially I'm so glad this such a great reminder. But all right,
that was the day. Yeah, that was the day. The pulpit's right in front of us, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see the microphone. Yeah, there we
go. Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was an amazing day. Amazing day. It really was. Time, everything. So
I had driven you in before that, remember?
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, Jan, it's
Should I hide?
you're through times leading up to that, you were really the one name that was constant in someone that Mom told me that she kept in touch with, through times where nothing was happening at camp, all the way through, until things were, and you were always just been there as such a consistent. So not to put words in Mom's mouth, but that's what was relayed to me. So
absolutely,
yeah, see it all the way through this point. Yeah,
I remember one day coming out of chapel, and Dan Salveson came up to me and said, "What can you do to get them in here?" And I said, I don't know. I've been praying about it for 50 for a long time. And the way it worked out, I said, I never would have thought it, just the way it worked out. It was beautiful. That was a lot of your doing, the Lord's working all of that together.
It's amazing. And
it really was.
It's not something that I ever thought about. Ever.
No, but
not one time, ever. And we were at peace, and camp was doing wonderfully.
Yeah.
And that was everything was good.
Because you and I would meet every time I'd come up.
That's what I always heard about. Yep.
Yes.
Every time every single time that Jan and I would go, we would go for coffee or go for breakfast. We would sit and laugh so hard that people, I'm sure they thought, oh, those women are delirious.
Well,
and we would be crying. So
yeah, exactly.
Sobbing, just about everything, anything you could think. But then we'd be laughing and crying at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know.
What's wrong with these women? What is wrong with them?
So much fun. Yeah. So many memories, so many memories. Wonderful memories. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Purdy, what rating would you give this interview?
I would give it, well, and plus, just because. But it was, and I really think that people should be more not afraid to come on, because very, very,
thank you.
Very, very fun. You don't have to do anything. Yep. I had a whole list of stuff.
Wow.
In case there was nothing to talk about. Okay.
That's never going to happen. We got through 3 of the 10 questions. You see how this works. It's just impossible.
Well, Don kept texting me and saying, not yet. Don't. Not yet.
And that's why I had to step away a couple of minutes ago. I had to tell Jim, sorry, another 15-minute delay. But thanks for hanging on.
Because we were running out of things to say, right?
Well, the opposite. We were, we're just getting through. At a slow.
Well, I think people are very much going to enjoy this. I feel we've learned. And we got another cameo.
I think I'd give it an A.
Hey, all right. Yeah. All right. There you go.
Say hi to your cousin.
I did. Hi, Jan.
Hi, cousin.
And we had Joe on to start there too.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, where are you sitting? Where are you presently?
I'm in Lake Frederick, Virginia, which is near Winchester or Front Royal.
Okay.
I'm laughing. I was going to say, I'm right in front of my laundry room. I really did.
I was going to say Tom's in front of the bowls that he carved out and made and works with Tracy on.
Oh,
yeah,
really? Beautiful.
Yeah, Tracy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she sold another one maybe a week or two ago. It's fun.
Oh, but those bowls, Tom, I saw some at her house at Christmas time.
Oh, the ones
I think she had one.
She's doing those now?
Yeah, Tom cuts them out of their burl.
Oh, Tom does
trees.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful. I've been admiring them as he's.
Oh, they're incredible. They are.
Mm.
Okay.
They get incredible when she paints them. That's
They're
very cool.
Tom makes them of abandoned, turned over sailboats or sunfishes.
fiberglass.
He found ours.
If you can get the mask back up, yeah.
There are probably two masts. There are probably. I wouldn't go back to the. Seriously, I never went back to the point that whole summer. Didn't. I don't remember who the boat boys were, but I know.
I don't remember who they were either.
No, I don't know. Yeah, no.
This has been fantastic. People are going to love this. JoAnn, thank you for joining. And
my pleasure.
And Mrs. Purdy, I appreciate the comment about sitting on the hot seat's not so bad.
No, it's great.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, and I love you so much here.
I love you so much.
You still call her Mrs. Purdy.
Yeah, we had that discussion. Yeah, we'll send this episode to you. You can.
Yeah, you'll see why.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, that's a good question.
That's funny. It's like started that way and it's ending that way. That question. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for agreeing to meet with us, and we'll get this up so people can enjoy it.
Yeah, and then wrap for the summer, and yep. All right.
Love you all.
Love you. This was great. Bye.
All right.
She can probably hear us.
This is a lull.
We need the.
Remember that?
This is a lull. We need to uncheck the microphone and uncheck the camera, and then we'll be able to see and hear.
Looking at that red crossed out microphone.
Well,
there you go. We did this today. We're good. It's going to happen.
All right.
By the way, before she comes on, more behind the scenes bloopers. Dude, those bloopers from
that was funny.
The episode with Holly and Ed. And that was so funny. That was so funny. All right. I could call. We're in. All you have to do is unplug the mic. And let's see. I don't want you to have to do too much editing. Maybe these are bloopers too. But
it's unusual that we would have bloopers.
It's like, yeah. Oh, there's plenty. I know I made plenty of mistakes that were like, But let's see.
Yeah.
Cold feet?
No, I'm sitting here looking at you.
Oh, you are? Okay.
While I'm looking at me.
Oh. Were you invited?
And I'm looking at Tom's picture. Point well taken.
That's probably the waiting room.
She called Unit 2 for help on this.
This meeting is being recorded.
Let's see, video.
Oh.
I muted you on the one.
Could be on twice. Oh.
Okay. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, so this is JoAnn Purdy. That's my name. I'm Mrs. Purdy's technical advisor. So now that we know everything's working, I'll step out.
Tom, this is great.
Sorry, I got to repeat that.
Oop. Yep.
All right.
A little dizzy.
We already did Kim. Come on.
Even the colors.
And the background?
Of course, the background. Yep.
Yeah, I might have to
Kim and Jen.
Yeah, wherever it goes.
I'm going to edit that out. Here we go. Hey, I'm recording.